Today I want to talk about the one sales methodology and approach that I legitimately attribute a majority of my sales success to, especially when it comes to the world of consultative selling. For those of you that don't know, I've been in the sales game for a long time, like 20 years at this point. And not just sales in general, but high ticket sales. We're not talking about how to sell somebody something that's $27. We're talking about selling someone $7,500, $75,000, $750,000. And we're about to go over one of my main approaches that I use on all of those calls, and you should as well, whether you're selling $750,000 or $27. 1988 was a great year. I don't know. I'm not sure. I was one year old at that point, but it was probably good. Mostly because the book Spin Selling was released. And I know what you're thinking. What, you're going to pull something out of 1988 for this year? Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Spin selling has really been almost like a Bible of sorts for sales in my entire career. And if you currently sell to people that have a problem and need your solution, it is phenomenal. So with that, let's dive into spin selling and how you can use it on your next sales call or meeting. Of course, as with anything, spin selling is just an acronym. Situation, problem, implication, and needs offer. There are a couple different variations of it, but let's be honest, that's the key one. And I really like the needs offer because they needed an N instead of like offer or close. But stay with me, the methodology remains the same and it's critical. The S in spin selling is situation. This is something you're more than likely already doing on all of your sales calls, just with no methodology behind it. But it's asking your prospect about their current situation. Why are we even talking right now? What made you book this chat? It allows us to ask point blank, what's your current situation? What's going on right now with X? As an example, for me, that is something like, what is the current situation with your sales processes? What are you currently doing? What currently exists right now in the business? And through each of these, we need to exhaust all questions possible. So we don't just ask them about their situation, have them give us one answer, and then move on to the next part of the acronym. We keep digging. We keep diving for more information that we'll use later in the call. This is when spin selling starts to take off. The second letter is P. That stands for problem. They told us all about their current situation. It's fresh on their brain. But guess what else is fresh on their brain? Because obviously they're talking to us right now. There's a problem with their current situation, if not problems. So we ask point blank, what problems are caused with your current situation? What issues do you have existing right now because of your situation? And again, just like I said with the first letter, the S, I want to make sure that we exhaust all information. So don't just ask that question, get an answer, and move on to the next. Keep digging. Remember, you're in consultative sales. Be a consultative salesperson. It's a shocker, I know. Get them to open up about every problem, issue, and frustration they have with their current situation that you already know you can solve. From there, the I, implication. Potentially something you still already do, but don't really have a method or a system and process behind it. It's the idea and question and framing around what the heck happens if your current situation and your current problems stay the same. You don't make a change. So you're asking them, if we don't actually fix this, what issues is this going to cause? 1 year, 2 years, 1 week down the line? Get them to really open up about this, because this is the point in the conversation where we are legitimately opening their eyes and painting the picture that will close the deal. Because at this point, they've told us about their current situation that they're already frustrated with, the issues and problems that exist because of that situation, and we're starting to get their mind dialed in on what that picture looks like if they don't use us to fix it. Again, as always, make sure you exhaust all of the information. Ask all of the questions you need to, because we need to make sure that we reveal pain. Pain is the #1 seller. We need to make sure that they're aware of the pain and what will happen to that pain. How much will it grow if we don't get in there and help them out? And when done right, the N is needs offer. It's literally them needing the offer. It's time to pitch. It's time to go for the close. And at this point, it's easy, because they have essentially sold themselves. They told us about the situation. They revealed all of the problems. They painted the picture of all of the issues and chaos that will exist if we don't fix this problem. In essence, selling themselves and preparing themselves for a proper pitch to fix their current situation. There are two great things that happen with spin selling. First of all, it does feel like they've sold themselves if they are the decision maker. But also, second, if they're not the decision maker and they have partners in the business, or they need to have a conversation with somebody else about bringing you on board to fix their current situation, you have created cheerleaders for your service. Because again, they revealed the problems. They revealed what's going to happen in the future to the business. So now they will use that to fuel conversations with the key decision makers for the close. If you haven't read the book, make sure you do so. I'll put a link in the description as well. And I'd love to hear about your sales methodology. So make sure that you tag those or comment those on top of that. And enjoy using spin selling. I really look forward to hearing about your next close using spin selling.